YouTube's. Hey, everybody. I'm just setting stuff up over on the YouTube side. Sorry about that. YouTube is strangely ahead time-wise, but let me fix my mic here. They're strangely ahead time-wise, but they weren't ahead, like they lag. Isn't that weird? Like the video is always lagging, so it was very confusing when I was starting. Go ahead and since most of I think just about everybody that has come in here before has a wrench. Go ahead and like share your channels tonight. Make sure, you're putting your channel in. I want you guys to get like hooked up with anybody new. And also I want new people to be able to feel like, they can come in and feel greeted and everything. Right. It is weird, isn't it, Wendy? Thank you for coming in, Miss Southern Belle. My first person in was Tennessee Bushcrafter. I saw him come in. I saw your message, Tian. I was just kind of fooling around with something on this side. Just my artsy crafty stuff. I saw that you're going to be busy and listen in with your speakers. I totally understand it. If I could somehow do a live with you guys and get stuff done in this room and get stuff done for Christmas, I would probably jump at it. But I also don't want you to see me trip over something and, end up bruising myself badly because I'm not the most graceful. Hey, Gardening Warrior Q, thank you. Okay, listening and lurking. Hey, Will It Grow? Good to see you. And Ooga Homestead. Good to see you. And of course, it's always great to see you. Hello, Tofu. Let me see. Get caught up. I'm gonna wait just a little bit just for people to get there because I'm early because my eyes were doing weird things tonight. I don't know if any of you women out there, I know like women of a certain age, we have the hormonal stuff, but I have dual. I have hormonal and I have the perimeno and I thought I was through meno, but I'm not there. I went off my BC stuff, my BC pills, and found out, nope, no, I am not post-menal or all the way through yet. So anyway, I have the perimeno going on with fibromyalgia, and fibromyalgia affects your muscles and you get more sore and everything too as you're going through the change. But how I know it's fibro is because I had this before I ever hit perimeno. I was having issues with my eyes, and the eye doctor was like, didn't see anything wrong with my eyes. And it was later on that I found out, oh, yeah, our eyes are operated by muscles, and fibromyalgia affects my muscles. So therefore, occasionally I will get weirdness going on with the eyes. Yeah, girl. I'm sorry that we're related in that way. I wish you were not, going through that, hookah. But yeah, usually I will do a daytime, or I'm trying to do something closer to the daytime for my fibro sisters and also those who have autoimmune. So we can encourage one another, so we can, take care of ourselves better, a little bit more self-care. Hey, man, over Miami, welcome in. Yeah, I think we tend to put ourselves last, a lot of us who have gone, who have it, like who have this, and then our bodies just tell us, oh, you put yourself last too much, and now you're going to have to be first because you're going to be kind of in the bed today. Oh, thank you. Well, one of the things I was going to share with you guys was my latest little creation, and I kind of like it. I know I can do it a little bit better, but it's my like first one I made. It's a little wreath made out of some of my extra little beads that I had. I think it came out a little funky because these beads in the middle are, and I say middle because it'll show you how I did it, are oblong and not round. I think they might work better when they're round. But you need beads that have holes that you can double back through in the center. They have to have a hole large enough for your wire that you use to double back through. So there's your hint. Thank you. And I like the idea of the little charm because I saw these and then I kind of figured out how they did it. And the charm says love. That was one word for those of you who know our story and that mom came to live with us after her stroke. After she had her massive stroke, she texted me for the first time, and it was all gibberish except the word love. And my daughter and I just kind of busted out crying because I'm right in the middle of Publix. We just started breaking down in the middle of the frozen food department. And I have to say that they're still good humans because one man came up to me, didn't know me from anyone in that store. He's like, "Oh, honey, are you okay?" And me, I just told him, I was like, "My mom just had a stroke, and this is the first thing she's been able to text me, and it's beautiful because she can still say the word love." And he starts like tearing up. He's like, "Oh, I lost my mom. I know how you," and he hugs me. And I was like, they're still good humans. They still exist. So anyway, yeah, anytime I see anything with that little just love word on it, it always makes me think of her. Oh, I love that idea, Hookah. I wish I got along with my sisters like that, so we would have done that. And I wish my mom was crafty. She was more of the cookie baker. She would, bake us these amazing cookies. Right, Tofu? Isn't it good to hear that they're still good humans? Those are special times, Hugo. I think my younger memories about Christmas are the best. Probably because I didn't know about like the chaos, and the chaos hadn't gotten so bad in my family at that time. Hey, Passamaquoddy's here. Good to see you. Yeah, that's a special time when you can sit around with your family and do that. And that's what I was doing. I've been beading ornaments on my daytime uh, Friday, my daytime Fri-Yay, which is like a fibro Fri-Yay. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I was praying for her and you lost her too. That's right. Yeah. It's not an easy Christmas, I'm sure, an easy holiday for you. It does get better as far as learning to live with missing them, and knowing too that my mom was not in her best condition when, God took her home with dad was um has made it okay, I guess. Not great. I don't know. It's just for her, like for feeling for her that it was good for her. She didn't need to live in that broken body anymore. But much love to you, Huga. Oh, Shawnee, love her up. Get her on video if you can. My daughter, because she went to aesthetic school, did a facial for my mom, which was really sweet while she was actually in her hospice bed. And the next morning it was that she had like a check-in with the team, and the first couple people came in. I think it was the team, or it was maybe just her main nurse came in. I'm trying to think. I know it was a nurse who came in, but I don't know if it was anyway, whoever it was. Um, the health professional comes in and looks at my mother and goes, "Oh, she's just beautiful." And my mom did look really pretty. She had her hair pulled back from Hannah doing her face, and her skin was just glowing. Yeah. Oh, that is so hard. Oh, how sweet. I'm going to put that up, okay? Can share that. Actually, my daughter was born near Mother's Day. I think if anything happens to her before I go, I'm not going to be able to handle Mother's Day. I love that you guys were able to do that for each other. Yeah, I had more of a relationship like that with my brother. It's a shame that sometimes when parents get sick and then pass, that you realize that they're the glue that was holding the family together. Yeah, I do too. I hope they can too, Shawnee. I really do. I hope you can make the most of your holiday with her. Thank you. So anyway, the I saw TN mention the size. See, I have 100 each of 10 millimeter amethyst hematite. Nice. Black is the entire design. Oh, cool. Like it, TN. That sounds really awesome. I haven't done beading in so long. This is just what I had left. I gave away a lot of my stuff. So really, these are just like, I think it's a check glass. It looks like it's a check glass. Yeah, they're check glass. These are little plastic pearl beads, so it wouldn't cost anybody much. And I think these are just not a Swarovski bicone, but still kind of the same finish. They both have that pretty finish on them. That the word escapes my brain right now. Yes, take lots of pictures. That's great advice. Take lots of pictures. And I don't know how with it she is, Shawnee, but interview her if she's with it. You know, if she's with it, try and interview her like as a person. Get to know her as a person before she's gone as much as she can tell you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Aurora Borealis, that's the finish. When you said something shifted in my brain when you said that about reflecting the light. Oh, I haven't started any Christmas cookies, which I saw Diva in the Dirt, who can't be with us tonight. Maureen has a gig. She let me know, that she was going to miss Fri-Yay, and she's got a gig tonight. I haven't started. Yeah. Yeah, you should. That's usually where I start too, is sometimes a list or inspiration. I see something. I still want to make cookies too. There's still time to make cookies. Um, I definitely some of my mom's favorites that she made that became my favorites where we make the snowballs like a lot of people make, but some people make them with walnuts. We always made them with pecans. So it's kind of like a pecan sandy butterball. Um, they're so good. They just melt in your mouth. Not really great for, when you have aches and pains. Not really supposed to have sugar, but I'm better with sugar than I am with the fake stuff. Gemstone bead aren't that expensive. Yeah, they're not when you buy them in large. Yeah. That's a great deal. Or is it oh, what's that Mountain Gems? I can't think of it right now. I used to go and actually go to a jeweler and get my stuff and buy it in bulk, the Swarovski. Yeah, you guys have been sick, so yeah, you don't want a bake sickness. I want to make them too. I have to. That's usually my first cookie I'll make. I know how to make a rugla. Um, Also sometimes called, they're like a croissant. People make them into like a crescent, but it's more of what we have is a rugla recipe. They're so good, but they're so bad for you because it's like the dough has so much fat. It's delicious. Yeah, these look like Italian wedding cookies, but they're more like a pecan sandy inside. I think the Italian wedding cookies have the lemon, more of like a citrus, like citrus peel in them. Take cookies to the fire. Oh, I love that. I just heard, I'm trying to think what channel it was. Something permaculture. Permapastures, I think it was. I was watching him and his wife. It was on Veterans Day. They made the video, and he was telling stories from when they were in the service, and she served with him. At one time, um, and he was saying about the old trick with the wives or women who would do that, would bake for them and put it in, say, this main area where they all go and fix their food. And one of the guys thought it would be funny to make X-Lax brownies. And they never knew like what happened to these brownies. And it was later on when the women were going to come out and do a whole buffet for this particular group that they were like, this one guy throws up his hands. He's like, no, I'm not. Nope, I'm good. I'm not touching anything. And so they've tried not to laugh, the ones who did this X-Lax brownie joke. Like, okay, well, we figured out who got him. And he's like, oh, no, I just got one that made me really sick. And then they said something like the sergeant who was going over for like more drill classes or whatever. Of course, it's their story. They tell it way better, and hadn't come back yet. ate the rest of the brownies, like 4 or 5 of those brownies with X-Lax, and he had to wheel the TV into his bathroom because he ranked so high. They had an officer, he had his own bathroom. I don't know what type of sergeant or colonel, whatever he was. He ranked high enough to where he had his own bathroom, and he had to just roll the TV in there for like 2 days. Couldn't get out. I was like, that's so bad. So anyway, yeah. I hope the guys don't play any kind of tricks on each other to where, they're a little leery of your cookies. Make sure they see your smiling face that you're bringing it in. Oh, hey, Storms. I'm just jibber jabbing. I'm going to share the link in a little bit. I know wedding cookies are yummy. I used to work in an Italian bakery. What's funny is we didn't make them there that much. Yeah, the Buckeyes, yum. Yummy, yummy. I like the Buckeyes. We just made, I don't know if that's where they originated, was Ohio or not, but we just made them here too when I was young. Somebody taught us, hey, GT. GT in the house. GT Junior grows at Alaska. GT, I told everybody, I think you have one too. Hey, Garrett, what's up? Boy, am I slow. No, you don't. You should have one. I've known you long enough. Same thing with Garrett. Garrett gonna mod you too. You guys can share your channels. Most of you have your wrenches. So, I mean, some of us pretty much have known each other, but it's also for people who might come in new. Because I don't do that bot thing. Not good at that. Oh, is it anise or almond? Like, is it the anise that's in it? Because we had that. I don't know. I've seen them with citron, like citrus peel too, where they've done like a lemon. But yeah, there's a lot of almond and a lot of anise in the flavorings. And the pinoli nuts were, oh, we used to have this cookie. It was so good. And the pinoli nuts would fall off of it that had already been like, I don't know if it was like an egg wash with sugar, but oh, it was a almond paste cookie. So it always had softness. And then they would put the pinoli nuts on top of it. And then, of course, as it was in the ovens, it roasted the pinoli nuts and they got a really pretty golden color. And it must have had some kind of sugared egg wash over top because they almost were like candied when they came out. Oh, I would sometimes take some of those that fell off on the trays and just eat them by themselves, like just the nuts. They were so good. And those were the real pinoli nuts back then. They weren't the like buy them from China. Hey, Mercury the Actual, good to see you. How you doing? Oh, good for you. So I've got plenty of my buddies in here. Yeah, I know how that is. That's how I was feeling tonight. Got plenty of my buddies in here to tell. Oh, hey, little piece of heaven. Ooh, chocolate chip pumpkin cookies. I've never made those. That sounds pretty good. And I think I saw Homestead Aquarius sneak in. What did John say? Oh, he's just greeting people too. I missed the selfish video. I'll have to go and check that out. GT's got a selfish video? Yeah, pretty much. I'm not going to put that one up, Garrett, but yeah. Yeah. I was kind of feeling that way on the way, trying to find. I never go into it, the physical bank, because my husband does all that because he's, just save gas. I didn't even realize their bank, one of them had closed, but it's okay because, there's one right a block up the way or two. Maybe it's 3 blocks. Yeah, like 3 blocks. Except I went to the one that closed, and then in between me and the one that's open is all this traffic from them doing some kind of road construction where it's like, they do like a small 1 by 1 foot section and 3 of them stare at it while the other one works. So yeah, that was fun and basically did not show me the betterment of humanity, especially when people, it's like they feel this need to where they see an open lane to pull out in it and go the same speed as the car that they just got out from behind. Like they're talking to them. Like, I don't know if they're like doing some kind of weird hand signals I can't see. I don't get that. Please, if you are going to see an open lane and you are pulling out from a car that you are behind in the right lane, going to the middle lane, and there's traffic in the left lane, please pass that car if you would, please. Please don't drive alongside of it if there is a ton of space, especially up in front of you, because needless to say, there is somebody in that lane behind you that was going for that open space and you just cut them off and boxed them in. And they're not very happy about it. And it's a good thing it was just me and not some, road raging psycho. Yeah, right. My daughter just went, oh, funny. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I like a little mix between a sugar butter cookie. Yeah. Yeah, you can't be saying, "Oh, I'll take that off of there. We won't tell anybody. We'll whoosh." That's right. We got to whoosh. It's a secret. So my news today was kind of cool. Somehow we had this one rescue dog that we couldn't keep. We had him for a year, and through a lot of research, through vet visits, through trying to train this thing out of him, um, different medications. The dog was even on gabapentin. Like they were trying all kinds of different meds in case it was pain. This dog would kind of go, it could have been a seizure, and my vet could not have maybe picked it up, but it acted like it would freeze. Its eyes would it just go almost dark. They would almost go dark. It's really like a blank. And you can just see it building to where all of a sudden he would just attack whatever was nearby him, like person. And after we had been attacked, and then one night he attacked my son, like he didn't really bite down on us. He only, I think, did that one time. But that's all it would take with my son, and my husband would have probably killed this dog that, we were trying desperately to rehab. And we had called about behaviorists and things like that, and a crazy amount of money for behavioral training like that. So anyway, my mother has her stroke. We have to go head up for my father's memorial because my mom had her stroke before the memorial happened. And we have this dog that we can't trust to take up in the car with us. And my husband's like, he's not even staying here with me. He's got to go back. And so we started calling rescues. We even tried to get him adopted online. And we didn't feel right about that because we were afraid some of these rescues would just send him right back out, and same thing with these people. We didn't feel right about, here, just pay rehoming fee and take the dog that might bite you. So what ended up happening is we had to take him back to a shelter, and they right away were like, oh, he's, adoptable, even though my husband said what had been going on. Well, my husband came home with this paper to look him up, and we never saw him put up. So Hannah and I thought my husband must have made him sound terrible, and he just doesn't want to tell us, and they put Teddy down. Like that was what we kind of concluded because we couldn't, the information they gave us, we never saw Teddy listed under that, and we never saw him listed, at another rescue. So lo and behold, I go out my garage and I'm cleaning stuff out because we have to have some work done on our panel, not just work. We have to have it replaced. We just found that out too. And there's, stuff that I thought was from Dora, the dog, our first dog who had passed. And I pick up the basket and I am just going through stuff and I see this envelope and they thought he was a Yorkie. He looked more like a Norfolk Terrier or Norwich Terrier. More than Norfolk because he had more pointy ears, I think. Oh no, the Norwich because I think he had the bent over ears. That's the only thing that's really different in the way the breed looks is it's either you got the pointy ears or the bent over, and I can't recall which. But all the like it was so sad about this was he was such a good boy other than he would just snap. Such a sweet dog, and he was my shadow dog. He would follow me around. He always wanted to be with me, so we thought it was about me, so we would try and, train that out of him when people would come in the room and stuff and when he was being good. Anyway, so paperwork. Let me go back. Get the paperwork. I'm going through it and there's this envelope and it says Yorkie. And I thought, oh, it's Rezzy. They thought she was a Yorkie too. And then I look at it again when I go to my daughter to give it to her. I said, oh, wait a minute. This isn't Rezzy stuff. This says an M, male. So this must have been Teddy's. And I go in the envelope and there's the stuff from his chip. I didn't even realize I had that. That when we adopted him, they gave us his information that I obviously set aside and must have put it with Dora's stuff and just forgot I had it. So today I just decided, you know what, let me look this up before I toss it. And when I looked it up, it came up with a hit that was just last year in June. I was like, oh, somebody probably finally reported him as, missing. I mean, as dead. No, I called. I got finally a person on because, those lovely take you through with a recording and press a button and stuff. And I just stopped pressing the correct buttons and found a dog because I wanted to find what happened to this dog. And I told her that I said, I saw that on your website, there was a hit on this dog and it used to be ours, but we never registered it. And I just want to know if he's alive. And the lady asked me my name and I said, here's my name. I gave her the number. She goes, yeah, you're not the name that's registered to that number, to that dog. And I said, no, I know I'm not. I said, I never registered him. I said, I have this from when we first adopted him. And I told her the story as to why we had to take him to a shelter and how we were heartbroken. My daughter and I, we were heartbroken that we couldn't figure this dog out and help him. And I said, is he dead? Can you at least tell me if he was alive when that registration went in, like what it was for? Is he alive? And she said, yeah, he's alive. So I got to go and tell my daughter, like, they didn't kill him, that he got another chance and that maybe they had a better vet than ours and they found the problem, I hope, because it's been years. So somebody worked with that dog, I hope, in between. So yeah, that was my huge news. Oh, hey, J3GS, welcome in. Sorry, I was just telling that big story. I'm going to drop the link. Oh, you're searching for a new puppy? Ooh. You won 11 pounds at lunch. So, oh my goodness. That's not good. Yeah, you can't do that. Mm-mm. Have you seen that one, Hugo, the lady who they went in for a small dog and the daughter was the one who asked the rescue people who's been in there the longest? And they had a larger dog and it was actually a mix of that larger dog. They think it might be Malinois mixed with lab and their dog is a lab. And they immediately had good reaction, like good chemistry, not like best friends, but for larger dogs, there was nothing that made the rescue people who had the dog worry about sending him home with them. And the dog's been a pretty good fit. And now, of course, the dog is like TikTok famous because of her story. Like the dog, while she's telling her story, is just sleeping right next to her. Just she's talking away. Dog's not even opening his eyes. He's at such peace, that rescue dog. But now, of course, the lab is getting a little jealous and being a little stinky to get mommy's attention. Yeah, yeah, no. I'm telling you, some of those look up that it is a real thing. And it was actually a Shih Tzu that one of the rescue ladies told me she had to put down because it had the rage syndrome. It was, they tried everything, and she obviously works with a ton of dogs, and she said, no, it was that. Yeah, I can't really help the poor dog. It was more or less to help my daughter's heart too, and just we wondered. We were so happy to hear that he get another chance, and then maybe a chance at getting help for whatever that was. I really truly hope it wasn't rage syndrome and he's being recycled, but we were grateful, he wasn't dead. But that's also the dark side of the no-kill shelters is they will recycle out psycho dogs. So you've got to be very careful. Like what you did was great, Hugo. You bring in your dog and make sure they can jive. In fact, they usually recommend that you do that. Yeah, I see John bragging in the side chat. Oh my. Uh, yep, there we go. Yep, it's going on. Yep. hmm I'll tell you that Baroque cowgirl is what sent them soaring over the edge on that team. Her numbers were unbelievable. All right, so that was my yay news. Oh yeah, the Maltese are so cute. Is that the one you call your I can't even say the word. Ends in turd? Sushi, poor dog. Oh, I bet. That's so hard. That's what was going on when my dad was in like right before my dad passed. We lost our Dora, and we had her since Hannah was 5. That was her. So that was really hard. It was a good thing we had Resi, and now Resi has heart murmur, and I wanted to look into getting a dog so this dog can train the new dog. And also, they'll be buddies, but I am concerned that, the other dog now, once Resi's missing, it'll be. Yeah, I know they like to smack talk a lot. You can tell it's almost Shed War. Well, it is Shed Wars. It started in October again. It restarted. So yeah, but I don't talk any smack because I don't know, no footing to right now. I just don't have time like I'd like to get out and create a garden, at least an annual garden. And even my other stuff, my tropicals are kind of suffering, but eh, the tree that I got, which was a papaya tree, just fell out of the sky. I have no idea. It just started growing under my plumera, which is unheard of. And, they need sun. So it also is a hermaphrodite tree, and the hermaphrodites do not create such good fruit like the females. There it is. You have no game to talk smack. I'm sure you got game. You got your rabbits. That's some poundage, girl. But yeah, I went out and the papaya I'd been waiting on was starting to turn yellow and it looked so good. And we got these really weird rains for like 2 days. They weren't like the typical tropical rain, but they were just enough so I didn't have to go out and water, which I always love. They were also just enough for that plant in the shade to get a fungus and for it to take off my it started to rot. The papaya had been waiting for I don't know, like a month, seems like it, And it got the one right next to it too that was almost to size where it was gonna ripen. Ooh, I love blood oranges. They're so good. I love that smell. My daughter, my native Floridian, wasn't allergic to citrus pollen. That would be great. Retraining. Yeah. Yeah. That happens. Yeah, I hope he has a beautiful life, gets a chance at it. Or did I miss something? Was that the continuation? Yes, John will do another video on how to eat oysters. I think that one where he ate the really big one, Little Piece of Heaven, went that did me in. I don't think I'll ever eat another oyster after that. We used to just like shoot them down, but when you've got one the size that he showed and you kind of gag on it, not the most appealing thing. Yeah, I can't. Are you gonna do the turmeric in your 5-gallon buckets? Are you gonna try and do it that way? Can it be done that way, or will it rot? I haven't had like I put it in with the ginger and got very little. I'm just thinking maybe it needs its own separate area. Like I wonder if they just don't. I thought they jived, but maybe not. Oh. Oh, you're not a fan of the colors? You want me to change the colors? The purples and the blues and stuff? If it's bothering you, I can definitely do a little something different. Um, hold up. How's that? Is that better on your eyes? Or is it these? Because I can unplug. Definitely tell me. I'm here for you know to hang out with you guys. I don't want to ever be bothering, you know. I know when I have sometimes a migraine, the strangest things will just really hurt. It's weird. Like visually, they will hurt. Hey, Aiden, good to see you. Yeah, German shepherds are smart. That's right. You slip up on your rules. Yep. You need like almost a behaviorist degree to do it. To yeah, you're keeping separate. Oh, keeping it separate. Yeah, if you haven't hit the like button, thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that, Storms. Hey, Cornfed Life, good to see you. There's more underneath that. I don't know what it is with them when they get together. They like to do that. It's just, I don't know. Right before this, I dropped my mouse and like the whole top popped off. I've never seen that before, so I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally do anything weird. Like it doesn't do anything weird. The flashing. What's flashing? Was it oh, because the stars were flashing. Yeah, it could have been. Oh goodness, I am so sorry. I didn't even think about the stars might bother some people. Thanks, Q. Thanks, Q. Appreciate it. I love my stars though, but I don't want to also, harm anybody's vision. So then I can plug my headphones back in. And I think I have another one that doesn't have stars. Let me see. Had one. Oh, I yanked that right out of the Star Maker. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. It's going to say something usually. Oh, no, it's not working this one at all. This one must have been dropped. That's not even working. Huh. Oh, duh. There we go. That's the, I think it's just still. Got just the moon. The moon just stays there. I don't think it goes in and out. I think it just stays there. Okay. I feel a little bit better. So anyway, what's it say? Yeah, the owl. Oh, cute. They used to be like 19 bucks on Amazon. I don't know what they, are now, but yeah, not bad. How funny. Owl, maybe, maybe for next year's Christmas, put it on your list. But yeah, it's kind of like a gamer headset, but I just liked it because of the pretty lights and it's pink. I love like hot pink and pink. Fuchsia used to be my favorite color. Yep, we're up. We're up, Billy. Oh, so while I'm waiting, I'll just show you the quick. Some of you who have beaded know how to do this. I just need to find the stones I was using or the glass beads I was using to just show you. I think it's on the other side. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I have the small strings too. I wanted to do an amethyst, and then I have because Tiana was talking earlier about getting amethyst, and I have rose quartz. And I was going to put a lava rock on them and put essential oils on them because they make me happy. Okay. So what you'll do, I think, how did I measure? I think I just did extra wire is all I did because it's cheap wire. It's the wire you use for floral wire. And then Bob buys like huge things of wire, he said. And I was going to show you that, and I just dropped the wire I was going to use. How does that happen? Why is this my life? Why do I do that? I've been like that lately. Like I put something away, I put it away so well. I don't know if you guys do that, but I can't remember exactly where I put it away. And it could have been just, a little bit ago. Starting to get a little nervous with that kind of stuff. Some people say that's the fibro fog. And you know what? I don't even have actually enough beads to show because I don't see the bigger beads. I think I have a couple of them. Yeah, I think I only have like 4 left. Oh, there we go. I found it. Okay. So what I had was just bead wire from the floral department, which is not really bead wire, but it should be waterproof because this is just for ornaments. We're not going to wear this. And then to do the weave, I'm not going to. You're going to want a lot because you weave it back in and out. So you don't want to get to the end and not have enough to finish the wreath. I think it was about that. Just for right now, I'm not going to make it any longer. I can always go and redo this one. But just to show you how I started it. You're going to take that one that you want in the middle. Well, first you're going to smooth out your wire a little more because mine's going wacky. You can see it doing that, I think. Or maybe not. It might be hard to see in the dark. Kind of want to give it a little tiny crease, but not super hard crease because wire. If you crease it too hard, you can weaken it. All right. So soft crease, I guess. It still wants to go everywhere because it's been on that spool. Come on, darn it. Work with me. You got to show off now, huh, Mr. Wire? All right. So you're going to put on your large bead, and that's going to go sliding down. And then you just are going to decide which is, you know, your outside. If it has to remain on the same side kind of the bead. And you're going to use, it's about 3 to the outside of, say, a medium size. I wish I had my millimeters. I don't have my millimeter measurer in front of me. But I'll do 3 of the pearl that size. I don't know if that's a 6. Might be. Okay. Do those pearls. I'm going to have to go out and get more. You know what? Let me I'm going to put a bicone in between that pearl. Because I have more of those. I should have done bicone, pearl. You know what? I'm going to do that. So then in case I do want to finish this one, I'll be able to. All right. I'm just switching out my pattern. But I think you guys kind of can grab the concept. Once I start with that large bead, what's going to happen? You're going to put 3 on the outside like I did with my wreath. If they're, you know. And then you're going to, about all the same size is what you use. You can vary the type of bead, but you want them about the same size on the outside. I'm hoping these actually don't end up being too large. I think they might because I use smaller. All right. So once you have that, then you're going to drop just a single bead on the other side. I'm going to stick with the same size. Because now I'm a little nervous because I realized I used bigger beads than last time. Boop, boop. Okay. Next thing you're going to do is feed the larger bead down one side. Which actually I'm going to do it from the inside. And then as it gets towards the bottom, okay, so as it gets towards the bottom of your inside wire, you're going to take your outside wire and thread it through. So it's basically, hold on, sitting on 2 wires. And of course, it does not want to feed through for me. No, of course not. No. Oh, you know what? I think I might have missed a step. I did have a gummy before tonight, I'll actually confess. I think I actually just missed a step. We'll see if I did or not. Can you please work with me, wire? I swear. When you're doing this by yourself quietly in a chair, it goes fine. When you're trying to show anybody how to do it, forget about it. All right. So I'm going to actually grab my pliers to pull it back through. Or pull the other side through. So it kind of, it'll lock on the bead. And it'll start your first. I guess I would call it a station, is what we used to call it. Are you serious? Come on, have yourself a Merry Christmas. Be nice to me, Mr. Wire. Obviously, I have having a problem with pulling this through, which I didn't have before. I must have grabbed one that's just slightly smaller than the others, which can happen, and which I'm at an early stage, and I can just stop this. This was basically for the benefit of my friends, and it's not, of course, working for me right now, as I want to show you guys this technique. Imagine me doing this, having to do this with kids in a room when I used to teach. And they're all, you know, when you're little, you're impatient. Having something go wrong because, you know, that's what happens with projects. Something you think is going to just be 5 minutes ends up being an hour for whatever reason. Okay. So then you're going to just restart once you have that bead, which I sort of do. I'm still going to finagle it a little more. You start your, again, stay with the outside. Your 3 on the outside, still remain 3 on the outside. So you'll do the 3 on the outside. a single, and then you'll put your larger bead on that inside, pull your outside, weave it through the bead. So it's just repetitive. What are you guys? Yeah, Tien's really good at that kind of stuff, considering he's a master electrician. He'd be way better than anybody to talk to when it comes to anything that has to do with electricity. Him and I were actually having that conversation because our panel has to be replaced. And I actually contacted him because I had an interesting electrician, I'll just say. Yeah, this is not something. You know what I didn't do? You have to lock that first bead on. I think that's what I forgot to do. I think I locked on my first beads and then moved on. Yep, they're all locked on. But I can go back in maybe and lock on that last bead when I finish the circle. So yes, I'm not a professional at this. I just have done maybe 2 in my life, and that was my first one in years. As you can tell, I'm not claiming to be a professional beater anymore. I gave up that business years ago. All right, I'm gonna put this aside so I can pay attention to my people inside chat. But yeah, Tiana and I were talking about this guy, this electrician, who was saying something about like he didn't want to underbid the job because he thought I might not be connected to a ground. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, my house was built in 1997. As far as I know, they grounded them quite well back then. It's not that far back because he said the older home. So I figured, maybe this guy's thinking I have an older home, even though I used, I think, either Angie's List or Thumbtack, and you put the job listing on, and then the professionals kind of contact you, and you can still go in and look at their reviews. Yeah, Barry is very, you know a lot, Barry. No, you don't know everything. I don't know everything. TN doesn't know everything, but don't tell TN I said that. Okay. Hey, Andy, good to see you. I went to put up Barry and you just surprised me. Thank you. Guys, check out Indy. She's wonderful. Are you doing lives, Indy? Still? Like late night? I love kind of like the praise and worship ones when those have happened. Those are really nice. Yeah, Independent Many United. She's wonderful. Yeah, we have some of that in the house. I'm not really a huge fan of sarcasm after living with it, like being the butt of a lot of sarcasm as the youngest. Oh, good. Hopefully they're just on your fingertips and such and not like burning things down. Like that's the big deal as to why we have to get. Oh, okay. You guys see that and check her out. Not that she needs me sending people over to her. Goodness knows. No, not at all. It's so delayed on YouTube side. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I'm going to try and refresh my YouTube side. That is so bizarre. There we go. I want to just do this because I've known Indy too for quite some time. I hate that they don't allow you here, Indy. You can put your channel in because you know how YouTube took that away from us a long time ago. Yeah, I do too. You have some, really great lives. Oh, will you? Okay, cool. Actually, might sandwich you then, because I wanna try and do a fibro Fri-Yay during the day and then, the Fri-Yay nighttime, which, it's so, like, quiet tonight. Like, my usual guests are probably feeling it too. I was feeling it. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go early because 'cause I'm actually a little bit tired tonight." Okay, let me hold on. Yeah, you always have, like, a pretty full panel. That's awesome. I remember Indy from back in the day from Dangerous Freedom. It's funny though because I've changed my name. Some of the old Dangerous Freedom people don't realize, who I am. Oh, thank you, Indy. I might take you up on that sometime. I would love to. I just have a hubby that's weird about these lives. Yeah, right. Does sound like something Homestead would be watching. I know. That name kinda makes me a little sad now. It just does. That's who I was when mom passed, so. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Huga, you're welcome to. Absolutely. No way. Hey, where to begin, Homestead? There you are. It's so good to see you. I know you've been super, super busy. I missed you. I'm gonna drop the link again for anybody who wants to come up. It's okay. You can just call me Carol. It's fine. Carol or, South Florida. A lot of people just call me South Florida now. But yeah. I do miss that channel and eventually I'd like to I have the stuff set up for it, but I just haven't been able I didn't feel like launching it again yet. Yikes. Owie. Yeah, I'm not into burns. No, Billy, I'm not. Zip it. I know, right? Oh my gosh, it's our friend Janet's. You stinker, stinker. No, I still have, much love for you know, that name. Just hard to hear it. It's hard to hear it. But what was I gonna say? Well, other than that, like today we just missed, which I think there's a mosquito in here with me. Go figure, Florida. Um, we missed the boat parade, so that was a bummer. My daughter was thinking it was tomorrow night. Apparently, another boat parade, which is only on the lake, is tomorrow night. So we missed the main one that goes down the intercoastal and is like an annual thing down this way where they all, decorate and light up the boats and it's really pretty. I don't know if I've ever I got to go once when I was much younger on a huge yacht. Um, the man actually went to our church at the time and I played a doll in like the Christmas production there. I forget how young I was, maybe just sixth grade. So I was still older. I wasn't elementary, but maybe just starting sixth grade or after sixth grade. I remember I played a doll and we had to stay still up on stage. And of course, you look like a doll. So you're like kind of in this weird position. I was sitting on my legs. Then near the end, like near the very end of this musical program, then we do a little something. My legs I couldn't feel them. So I was doing it on totally numb legs. I'm surprised I didn't twist my like ankle, but it added to the authenticity of me looking like a rag doll because that's how I was walking when they started that song and we had the toys had to get up and walk. Oh my gosh, you've even gotten hurt like crazy too. Yeah, we talked about that. Tian taught me something that when you're doing something that you're not feeling confident in it, you keep one hand behind your back, I guess, so you don't lock on to that voltage through both your arms. Oh, much love, Indy. Come and visit me anytime. I'll come over. I'll swing by. Come see you guys too. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Our friend Yossi doesn't get to see those kind of things. So now we're trying to collect those moments. Thanks for the reminder too, because we'll go to that one tomorrow night and then I'll try and video it for him and hopefully he'll really like it. The only unfortunate thing is, and Tian mentioned it, he had videoed his light show that they drove through. We have one in Broward. I don't know if we have one up Palm Beach County. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Let me pray for him right now. I'll pray for him right now because I'll forget. God, I just put Randall and his family before you. You know what they need. You know how to be there for them. And we just lift him up and we're thinking of him and his family right now and thinking good thoughts and thoughts of wholeness, uh, thoughts of wellness and healing wherever they might need that, uh, and peace over whatever circumstance they're going through, Lord, and just guide and provide through this time that they're in, as I know you will. In Jesus' name, pray, amen. There we go. Yeah, I love Yossi. Yossi's one of the reasons I'm on my own. Uh, People say it was the opposite, but it wasn't. It was, yeah, people being not so nice to Yossi is one of the reasons I'm on my own. But what's done is done. What's past is past. So yeah, we are doing the boat thing, which Tian reminded me I want to, not got to, I want to video it. Hey, KP, what's up? Yeah, Andy just got a phone call, so I don't know if she'll see your greeting. Gotta go. It's great to see her in here, though. You're right. Thank you for that reminder. Thanks. I really appreciate that. I get tired of people complaining about drama when they're the ones who cause it. Yep, that's true. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to learn that a lot of people who complain about drama are those that create it themselves. So I try to stay away from that, you know, um, as far as making lives and stuff about it. I didn't go there. And I hope one day just my character speaks for itself, you know. Oh, thank you, Tofu. Appreciate it. That I do too. Got friends. Yep. No, I got some great people around me. I didn't mean it like that. I'm very grateful for those people around me and for those who picked me up when I was in a pretty low spot. Oh, no, you didn't. Did you? I needed someone. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. Like a real key lime pie, like in the Keys is so amazing. So amazing. That's been years since I've had it, and it was, oh, it's like you don't want other key lime pies. It ruins you. Thank you, Hookah. Appreciate it. It wasn't fishing, but thank you so much. Everybody needs a little encouragement now and then. Trick. that. No locks, not new locks. Okay. What are you guys talking about up there? Are you still talking about radio or just electricity? Because I did and still will try and remember one arm behind my back, one arm, because I'm the one, don't tell my husband, you know, I'm the one who does a lot of the electrical. I don't do the outlets. I haven't gotten into that. I know how to do it from high school. I learned back in high school how to do that. And they do go bad. And I wanted to ask Tien about that. If he agrees that certain outlets will go bad. What? Don't Google what? Get off the key line. Yep. Yeah, you haven't had key lime pie until you've had the ones in the keys. Only the best get down there. Although some people though they cheat down there. And when you're not far enough down in the keys. Let's say marathon's good. It used to be good for um, mixed drinks, like the frozen drinks tropical drinks. Um, and they probably are good for some key lime pie now too. The original place that was there on Marathon, I believe, burned down, like the one that I went to in my 20s. I haven't been there because my husband's not like much of a traveler, and with Malachi, and I haven't been back. Plus, in all honesty, I avoid going into Miami like the plague. It's just not my cup of tea to die 3 different ways on your way down. You stay in your lane with some things. Well, when I wanted the other house to sell, I redid our faucets and I redid our lights. I molded out our windows. I did the molding, and I'm trying to think what other projects I did. Of course, I painted everything neutral like they tell you to do. And then I staged, and our bed was actually, we had moved into my mom's house thinking it would sell pretty quick if we weren't in the house, and that's where we were going to go in between, you know, when we thought we were moving to Georgia. Oh, the hand is doing its thing again tonight. It wants to be the star. Let me just stop it. Anyway, so yeah, we were going to move to Georgia, so we moved in there and I did all the things, and I'm trying to think what other projects I took on. Oh, I didn't know that white tile, there's like a gazillion whites in tile, and I kind of pulled up one or two that had cracked in our 90s all white, little square bathroom, and the floor, they didn't set it right with the mastic. The mastic was too far along. So as soon as I did that, it took up a whole bunch of tiles around it. And so I ended up having to carefully find all those places that were not adhered to the floor, because I was afraid once I started putting this back together, I wanted to make sure it was all done right, like to fix it right. And I knew I had to regrout anyway, so might as well just get that done right. Well, I go, to both the big box stores, the orange one and the blue one, and this doesn't match any tile they have. Nothing. And I'm looking and looking, and it would be fine if it was like maybe back by the toilet in the corner. No, 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 it can't be there. It was like smack dab in the middle of my bathroom floor. So I do not find it. I take the measurements. It's a 4x4, I think, tile. And so I ended up doing like they're a little shy, even though they tell you they're 2x2, they're always like a little shy of that. So I went home and I recreated like a border out of a different tile, all because of one tile that I didn't realize was going to be a shade of white that I will never find again unless, somebody has an extra lot of those put away from the 90s. Oh, key lime, yum. Hey, Stealing Tree, how you doing? Good to see you. How are your sales going? Are you getting out? and getting stuff sold. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted that one from Hugo. Yeah, I've done that too, Hugo. Yeah. Oh, well, electrical, if it's a light fixture and if you know anything about electric, you know, um, I can't get that off. There we go. If you know anything about electric as far as the wires that you will encounter, um, positive, negative, and then usually there's a ground wire off the top of my head. And or actually sometimes it's even you use the lights ground wire and they have a screw that you like will twist it around on your wall because I think everything is ground through the box. And that was the conversation Tiana and I were having earlier. So I'll go back to that. But anyway, lights are not that complicated. You could do a light. You just want to, the only thing that comes into play is, you know, it, it, I'm not talking about putting in brand new lights and wiring your ceiling for, top hats or any of those little LEDs. I'm talking about your bathroom light. Your bathroom light fixture, what you want to look for though is something that matches the size of it. You want that same amount of light. Um, just as many bulbs, or if you can go less if you're doing LEDs because they're brighter. But you want to check the back that connects to your wall or your surface where it's going to go and try and match that up because sometimes they've cheated and they didn't cheat, but if you have a big long fixture, sometimes you will end up with a big long no sheetrock, no nothing back there. So you want to match that up. I was fortunate that even though this was a little bit smaller, this one in my bathroom right now, it was still, they had cut the hole small. Hey, Hannah Garden, good to see you. Yeah, I think I've known you longer than that, Steel and Tree. Oh, you're self-employed again. I might have. Hold on, I don't, yeah, I've known you for quite a while. I know I just made just let me, I did not. Steel and Tree, what happened to your original channel though? Because you were Steel and Tree back in the day, like when Ron was still alive. I thought I'd known you for longer than that. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the wrenches. I actually just made yeah, I'm having a hard time. I actually just made Indy one because she wasn't one either, and I've known her for quite a long time too. Hold on, now my comments are getting delayed. Yeah, I bet. I can't imagine what you see. It's crazy. Yeah, it also depends on like how old your house is. You don't want to be messing like with knob and tube and going in there with the new wires on. Yeah, ours are black, white, and green in this house, the standard. Or the bare copper I've had come with lights before. That's true. Yeah, they always call it neutral. I think we called it positive, negative. I've never seen two positives coming in. It's usually one and one, I thought. Yeah, I'll take my electrical though from TN because he's actually a electrical contractor. What? Why? Why would I block him? Gear, hey man. Good to see you, brother. Oh, good night, Passamaquoddy. I know you've been doing really good with your sleeping. Keep it up, girl. Love you. Wonderful friend. She's one of the ones that I wasn't alone because of Passamaquoddy. a wonderful friend. I didn't mean to block you. That was an accident. That's seriously, I felt terrible. I don't remember what I was trying to do and how you got blocked. I think it had to, I mean, too, I'm doing pretty good with a broken mouse tonight, but it is acting up. Like if I click on something and I click off your name, it's not completely clicking off. Yeah, I feel the need to block you. Yeah, sometimes when I known you a long time, I just feel the need suddenly to block you. Well, it depends on, how you're treating me. Are you how to garden? Are you at your job? Are you staying with those people? There's been some great videos. Hey, Radio Jonesy. It's a pretty quiet night. Okay. Now I know it's you. Hold on. See, hold on. I'm on the wrong side. I have to go to the YouTube side. That was my problem. One day I'll learn how to YouTube. One day. I've only been on here forever. All right. There we go. Sorry about that, Steel and Tree. I really thought we knew each other. Like the Steel and Tree one was from back when Ron was still alive. And I didn't know that was 2 years. Oh, you're just helping friends out. I thought it was a job. Oh, darn. You're a good guy then. Good guy. Yeah. Well, this job I have now, I have to hire a professional. I am not taking a chance and rewiring our whole box. We found out that, and you guys might have them too. If you have, hold on, if you have an electrical box that's this model, Challenger, you might want to know that they've been hit with tons of class action lawsuits to the point where I think didn't it close down their business, TN, I think? Yeah, I don't even mention that channel on here. Eric, I'm going to actually ask you to take that down. I didn't know you from there, actually. I knew you from Dangerous at first because I knew you as Steel and Tree first, and then knew you as Eric, not the troll, and then you let me know that they were one and the same. Yeah, their tomatoes are amazing. I was just like flabbergasted. Incredible. Thou shalt not. Oh, yeah, I know. Hey, Rob Painless, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Say TN will help you out with that convo. He knows his stuff. And that's what we were talking about was one of the quotes the guy gave me. I let him know you're $500 over everybody else that we've gotten quotes from. Is there a reason why? And he goes into talking about, well, it came, the answer came back a little. He had to think about it. Because like I've had to put in, what were they called, TN? Grounding bars and in older homes. I'm like, well, I think when I listed the job that had to be done, I listed the age of the house, but you could have asked rather than assumed, and you just kind of knocked yourself out of the running. I wasn't saying this to him. I was just like, well, my house is from 1990s. And I had to ask TN even what that was because I was like, I've always lived pretty much in grounded houses in Florida. So, yeah, I felt like, he was trying to come up with a reason, and that was the reason. He even sent me, good on him, he even sent me a little, uh, visual, like a diagram, but even the diagram looked like it was for a commercial job and not for a home job. So, it was really bizarre. So, I told him I appreciated him for, answering me and letting me know, and then said, "My house is new enough that, we've never had a problem." And I said, "And I've put in light fixtures and never shocked myself doing it." So, I'm pretty sure we're grounded. Oh, no, why? What's wrong, Rob? Is that your stuff too? Yeah, well, the problem I'm running into right now that I talked to Tien about is, of course, it is, you have to go and get a permit. And these guys want, it's near the holidays. Of course, they want quick money. They want to be kind of in and out as many jobs as they can get. Or, of course, they want to quote it high and get a little extra. I get it. And then TN filled me in too on this horrible thing with the wire and how much it's gone up. And that's crazy. Because I was saying the job was only 2 or 3 years ago, this job cost the average homeowner here about 900 to, say, on the high end, it would be 1,300. Now, 1,800, if I can get them to say 1,800, that's a good quote. That's not including tax. Um, yeah. All because there was what happened? I'm sorry. I'm doing that thing where I don't. Yeah. Yeah, you were gone for a bit and some things. If you notice some, you won't. Yeah. No. Because, yeah. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but that's the kind of thing that I've been dealing with, tofu, real high school stuff, and then having it projected on me. Oh, okay. Yeah, 1,800 feet of tomatoes, that's incredible. Okay, hold on, I missed some stuff here. Floating neutrals. Yeah, no, he sent me something where it was showing, I wish I could Billy, I wish we had the extra money to get it wired for our generator, so we could just, um, be able to plug the whole house in onto the generator. Yeah, we have both in the house. You have to have GCFI, those type of, outlets in your kitchens and in any place there's water here, it's cold. So, we have those. But, yeah, we need grounding and everything. Hold on, I'm popping all around because it jumped around on here. Yeah, mine too. So, I don't know. I don't know what that was. It was really weird. In fact, let me see. The delay on YouTube is unbelievable when I go back and forth. Yeah. When I go back and forth, it's just really weird. There we go. Um, hmm. Yeah. Hold on. I'll be right with you guys. I'm so sorry. I need to take care of some things on this side. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. I guess somebody took care of it for me. Okay. That was weird. Oh, there. Found it. Okay. All right. Yeah. I know it's a huge idiocy. I had to come back over here just to see what you said, Storms. It's not even over there yet. Rob, I won't then say any more. We're we're just going through it. We have to have the panel replaced and we have to deal with it. Didn't occur to me until I was talking to TN. Oh gosh, we've got to have somebody come out and actually look at the thing during the job, and the two have to line up. And my son is not going to understand all the electric being off for a whole day. So I'm hoping time wise it'll all line up. But it has to be permanent, so we have to go through it. Yeah. Yeah, it is down here. And I just heard one lady down here had paid about 5,000. And what's so scary is this is a lady who's a person. She runs a business that they basically go out and do um what's it called? The inspections for your insurance. She told me her insurance went from 5,000 to $10,000 a year, homeowners insurance. And you figure she's got an in. So, yeah. You too, Stealing Tree. Thank you. I do appreciate you coming in. I just found that weird as soon as yeah. Hey, sweet thumb. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. If anybody wants to share Sweet Thumb's channel. Oh, okay. I'm glad it doesn't bother you. But yeah, they're gonna have to, yeah, come out and, Tian was saying that too, like FP&L is gonna have to come out and shut something off so he can work on that because that's what shuts everything off here. But the electricity coming in, I guess they have to do it. I don't know. I thought I had a breaker box somewhere. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know how it works, that part, how they all work together. And then that's when I got a little anxious. I was like, I don't know how all that is going to combine and be done, but I'm going to have to just trust God. Oh, thanks, guys. There we go. Sweet Thumb has been shared. Yeah, the costs are so high right now. It's true. Wait till the bubble bursts, but then what you'll be dealing with too is like what we dealt with back in, I think, 2008, was it? Is people will be looking for homes or rentals because they're upside down in their mortgage. But that'll come like much later, but that I don't think anybody wants to see that again. That was horrible. Oh goodness, I can't talk it like that. Yeah, I just would like to be able to flip a switch and, you know, have the generator running and plug in. The only problem with that is running the lot, like the extension cable to it, or however they do it. Where the heck do I put that? Because that's towards the front of my house, like everybody else. Like where do you hide that? The generator. So nobody, do you get a bolted pad somewhere on your property? That's what I wanted to do, but it'd be a huge extension cord going around my house. Oh, interesting. Socks and sandals. Yeah, that usually kind of means you're a hood rat down here. Used to. Or what's really hard is you're either a hood rat or you're a surfer, because surfers will sometimes do that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly who it is, but that one too. I may have to do it on YouTube. You can't. Oh, I don't care. They probably won't come after me if you say that in the chat. Who cares? Oh, that's gross. Yeah. We just happen to have a vice president that's her nickname. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I need a better, longer lasting option. I don't know though if I don't know. I don't know how it would work because the one thing too is our that's older. Like to plug that into our system now, it's a gas run generator. It doesn't have dual fuel. It's just one of the older ones. I mean, I would really love Jackery to come see me, set me up with something from them. I could totally use it down here in South Florida. That turns he's a man and that even turns him off. So there's that. Oh wow. It does make it awkward. Totally. One thing I didn't like was like wearing white jeans. I noticed that white jeans will when I put on weight, they just like emphasize everything. And so it's even worse to get one of those in white jeans. Yeah, not cool. Oh, night, Glenn. Hope everything goes well at work. Enjoy it. I'm sure too you guys are discussing plans so you can maybe market garden yourself. It's a lot of work though. Like if it's worth it or not, I'm not sure down here. Or if it's just like doing a nursery would be a better thing to do. So bad. And what is it? I told people for decades you can request 2 out of 3 things on a job: cheap, fast, quality. Pick 2 because you can't get all 3. Oh no. I need fast quality. How's that? Fast quality, then it's not going to be cheap. Oh, I don't want cheap. I just want reasonable. That's all. Like, and I know it's different for everyone what reasonable is, but I just don't want to be taken. You know, that's the thing in Florida because it is Florida. We've got some interesting characters here. Let me see. I've never heard of that one. Oopies? Oopies? How do you say their name? Oopies. Looking over Jackery. They have system that can run nearly your whole house or at least. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know they had one of them. That's really wild. That's actually what I need it for. And that's also the other thing that gave me anxiety was I wasn't realizing we could lose all our stuff in our fridge again and then now it will also affect my deep freezer. I thought so. Yeah, I think that's the way to go too. I'm with you, Glenn, on that. Propagating fruit trees and yeah, selling fruit trees and selling cuttings. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Oh my gosh, what? I didn't, is that how Robert stays warm up there? You want it cheap and quality. It means I'm gonna send people to do it. Wow. That's wow. Okay, so I want it quick but quality, so it's gonna cost me. Wow, that is a great phrase. There's no getting out of it. It's like a catch 22, no matter it seems like what, unless you have a lot of money. Oh, let's see. Oh no. Oh no, and to her friends too. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. She must have just been so proud of you. And also because, yeah, you get some hacks down here. Like Tiana and I were trying to figure out too. Like this one guy at first wanted the job, but then when I was like, well, is that your cost with a permit? He kept kind of evading the question. And I'm like, you know, this a permanent job. And he's like, well, I can give you a receipt with my contractor's number on it. I'm like, and how does that make it permitted? And so then Tian came up with an idea that I won't say that he could have been doing, but has to do with him not having ownership of maybe that number in life. I have tried to get. Oh, I'm sure you have tried to get into some yoga pants, and I'm probably guessing they were not on your own body. I don't think you have to ask that, Q. Oh dear. Let's see. Kyochi's up. You don't want a long term career. Yeah, you could do that. That's true. That's true, Tiana. I didn't think about that. Run a generator. I'll have to tell my husband that we might have to rent one, and he'll hear nothing of the sort, and he'll run ours instead. He'll pull it out the one single car garage. That's the only thing with this house is I wish we got a double garage, 2-car garage. But I'm grateful that we got a house, single family house. We were in a townhome before. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. I'm sure the other neighbors, though, see you that you've maybe helped before, are like, oh, he's here. Like, you just can't, pimp me out, mom. That would be great. That would be great. I need little Oompa Loompas to sneak into my backyard and do that for free because I can't pay for that on top of. You got to understand is we just had the whole fridge go down and had to get a new fridge. That fridge was only 4 years old. It was an LG. And what I found out from the guy who came out to repair it, the compressor went. Of all the things to go, that's the main part you need not to go, other than if you have like a motherboard too, like you have one of those special ones. But uh, yeah, I found out they're all made in Mexico, just about. On my LG, it said inside Mexico. And I got the LG because I just liked the way it was set up and the price was good at the Blue Box store. Oh, it's okay. Hugo, we all do it sometimes unintentionally. I've done it totally, been unintentional many times. And yeah, many times. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Sometimes I have to concentrate here because there's just stuff going down. Like Malachi likes to do stuff anytime I'm on the phone or, just distracted in any way. We have these lazy boy, reclining couches, and my son figured out that the top pillows can flip back and you can unzip them and adjust your stuffing in the couch for your head. Well, of course, if I'm distracted, where does he go? He always unzips that and he's having like a snowball party, at least in his imagination. Uh, you don't want to, or did you just make all of us kind of picture that, Tian? Oh no, your fiber's acting up. I'm sorry. We just got this new hot wire stuff. It's pretty good once everything was kind of in, like on it. For some reason, my laptop kicked it out and then I couldn't figure out why. But good to have a daughter that has grown up with all this stuff and just click, click, and she fixed it. I know, right? They last my parents would have washers and dryers that lasted like forever, and you buy them from Sears and you'd buy your little fix it plan, and they did used to keep up with it. And then as Sears was going downhill, like it was harder and harder for them to get somebody out there. But yeah, they just that's what the guy said. They're all basically crap now. Because I asked them, like, well, what brand should I get? Because now it's like they're all pretty much crap. And then that's when I noticed inside the doors, it's like, oh, most of them, if not all, are made in Mexico. I don't know why we can't assemble, you know, some brands here. I miss those days of service fixable. Even like going to do simple things in your car now, and they've got other things you've got to move out of your way that are just going to cost them big bucks to move or take apart. Oh, you posted it all for Cubert? Yeah, I'm sure yeah, she wants her brain bleach now. Yeah, we can still do that. For right now, we can still do that. I know my husband had that. It was a nice push mower. It was made by I think Snapper or something. Like it was a quality one, but I couldn't push it. I was used to forward drive. My dad or back wheel drive. I forget what they are. My dad always had the ones that, you just grab a hold and it goes into gear and whoop. And I couldn't push it through our grass because my husband is so excellent with our grass. It's like super thick and you have a small hill and it was almost impossible to push. Oh, all sealed ends. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, they do all kinds of weird stuff now. So it makes that we have to get a professional. We have to get help. And I guess in some ways, like we have to have jobs for people and they have to make a living. So I don't know. Maybe that's one way of creating jobs is making crap. So you have to, keep making the crap or you have to go to a service place so those people stay in business. Because now there's YouTube, and if the cars were still as they were before, becoming computerized, maybe more and more people would learn how to fix your car and what you have. Not saying I would, because that's one thing, how Huga said she doesn't mess with electrical. I don't mess with that car engines. I never got into engines and stuff like that. I wish I did. My dad was very good at fixing small engines and fixing, yeah, stuff like that. A little fix it man. Oh, he knows the shortcuts. That visual is actually better than the one that Deanne gave us. Oh dear. No, we don't want to think on that, especially both of them and that having a saber war. Well, guys, it's such a like low key night that I'm missing my usual co-hostess that pops up now and then, and and GT's busy at work. It's just one of those Fri-Yays. I just felt like it was today. I was feeling kind of tired, and then my eyes were doing the wonky wonky thing. So I'm gonna call it in about a couple minutes. I appreciate you guys for coming and keeping me company and listening to me yammer. Um, I eventually do want to get maybe my hours, but My dedication is always to, my family first. And of course, my health has been getting in the way. So, yeah, I would like to get there, but it's not so high priority that I can push other things or push other things out of the way. And I won't stomp on people to get there either or use people. Oh, you're welcome, Uga. It's always a pleasure to have you in too. Oh dear, are we all going to dream of that now? Oh, thanks, Rob. I hope we did, considering, the topics. But I think the best news was finding out that our that dog Teddy that we had to give up, um, that he's gotten, a second chance or third, fourth, I don't know. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no lycra. Men in lycra and spandex, I don't know. Oh, but then again, men in spandex are most of our superheroes, so. Oh, I did get to finally watch Shazam. That movie was actually I liked it. It was pretty good. Although the, like, villain part, ooh, the creatures were scary. Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. I was a brunette all my life, so well, except for when I messed with my hair color. So I never felt like the true Florida babe because you were supposed to have the blonde hair, kind of like the California babes. But then, you go to Miami and there's plenty of hot Hispanic babes. So, brunette hair down there in my 20s was like, oh, I could be a babe. Not that I thought I was. I'm just saying, like, I saw other brunettes that were hot and in Florida. And I thought, okay. Oh, thanks, Tofu. Now I'm really just yammering. I think my little part of a gummy is kicking in, which I only took because my anxiety was going up thinking about this job. Is that what it is? I am born a Yankee. Mm. What's fun is I just finally found my tartans too for my heritage from two of the names, at least from my heritage, which was kind of cool. Although one looks like Bumblebee, like it's just yellow and black. Oh, that was wrong with this. Curbside deals, trip switch on the. Wow, was it? Hold on, before I go. When I lived in Boston. I'm not quite sure how to say that, Billy. Boston, Boston. I don't know. City of throwaway. Knew anything that stopped functioning. Yeah, picked up a 6-month old. Wow. And you fixed it? It was just a switch? That's awesome. Yeah, even one of our front loaders died way too soon compared to the old stuff. But yeah, right? Gummies for the win. They do help just a little. That's all I can take, actually. That's exactly the amount that I can take, and that's exactly what I took. It's just a quarter of a gummy. And it's like 2.5, I think, because they're like 10 for the whole one. That would melt me into a wall if I ate that whole thing. Are you kidding? Or I just melt my face would just melt right into this keyboard. But y'all have a good night. Hope it's as relaxing as Huga and I on a quarter of a gummy. And may the, good Lord shine on you this week. May the sun shine on your face and the wind be at your back, I believe is the old Irish proverb. Yeah, on another planet is a good one. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming in. And yeah, hopefully not this next Friday coming, but the following one. Um, I have to look at a calendar, but I'll be doing the daytime Fri-Yay again. Talk to you guys later. Have a good night. God bless. Bye. Love you not. Be